How's it going, everybody? TC back once again with another treasure world. This is Long John Latham. He had several different titles. Uh, I took a couple of days off just to give myself a little break on doing this. Hope y'all weren't freaking out waiting for a new video. I do appreciate everybody who's subscribed and have left comments. But this is a pretty good one. I love this cover. This is what every treasure diver would love to see when he goes down. Uh, This is famous, this one here, for two stories. The Chichen Itza here and the Brayfogle or peg leg. Now, and also Dillinger, about Dillinger loot. Now this is September 70, 50 cent. Too bad they're not 50 cent anymore, any magazine. Can't even get an acquirer for that. Uh, but this is a pretty cool one. I read a little bit of the Chichen Itza. I do remember that from a long time ago. I read it originally when this book came out when I was a kid, and I do remember it because it's a well where they sacrificed uh, a few people, and mostly through valuable stuff like gold and jade, to the water god. And here's some of the stories. Here's a bunch of them. Missing Cypress Loot, Sanchez, Mississippi Mysterious Gold Hole, Maryland's Lost Indian Silver Mine, Treasure of the Rio de Janeiro, which was a steamship, I think. And there's the Chichen Itza. They put that as the last one. And here you can see some of the letters. Or not letters, but panning continued. Here's some ads for some metal detectors. Back then, not a lot, not very cheap, but considered by now, those are nothing. Same with this here little dredge. This is a 2.5 inch. That's the same size. I didn't have the pontoon with the engine and all that. It was separately, but it's the same size dredge I had, and that was $225 back in 1970. I got mine in when was it? 20. Well, I got the 3 inch in 2020, or when was it? 2009, I think, 8 or 9. And that 3 inch dredge ran me over $3 grand. So you can see the increase. It's only an inch difference. The 4 inch was about $4 grand back then, or a little more. I don't know what they cost now. I've still got it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably sell it eventually. But anyway, we can continue here with the letters. Here's some of the old magazines. I've already shown some of these. This one. Let's see. There's the one the last one I did was that one. I did that one. I did that one with the Gila Monster. And I don't know if I did that one. I've got all these. And this one I've got. And I do have that one too. That's an old one. Some of them had photo covers, but when they first started out, most of them were these cool painting covers, and I love them. So did a lot of other people, because you see most of them are sold out, even back then. This one I've got too, I believe. Here's your treasure headlines. Let me zone in a little bit. You'll be able to read some of these probably, if you're interested. Each one is a headline of its own, each paragraph. Here's the deal with Dillinger. Story about him. Poster. Here's the rest of it. There's 3 or 4 pages on Dillinger. It's probably the bigger story. This and the Brayfogle and the Chichen Itza are the 2 big ones, 3 big ones in the book. Most of these average like 2 to 3 pages, but some are even longer. There's the Brayfogle. Now in this story, that's why it says Brayfogle or Peg Leg, because they weren't sure which one of the mines this guy claimed to have found. I think it was 1900. Yeah, 1900, tire prospector. Now supposedly the gold, as you see the picture here, the guy using a knife to gouge out some of it. I've heard a few stories on that. This one says it was quartz riddled with stringers of gold. I read another story, which is probably the Peg Leg, which tells of the same situation, except it's pure gold, basically. It's so soft they could cut it out with a knife. So you're looking at 24 karat. That's why you see in the old movies when they get a coin and they bite down on it, they do that for a reason, to see if it's gold, because it'll leave a mark when you bite down because it's soft. There's one of the mini caves there. I didn't look to see where this was. It's got to be out west somewhere, I imagine. Let's see. Nevada. Yeah, Death Valley. Which most history will tell you there's not supposed to be too much gold in Death Valley, but according to some of these stories, what is there is pretty big. There was also a story long ago. I probably have the book. I don't know, but it was the White Sands Missile Testing Range. There's a similar story of a cave where the gold had already been smelted by the Spanish missionaries, and they were apparently wasted, killed by the Indians, put in the cave and sealed up with the gold, and it was all, the gold bars were in there just stacked like you'd see in Fort Knox. So I'm sure the government, they bought the rest of the land around there, so they probably, if it's there, they found it and added it to the stash in Fort Knox. If not, I can't imagine why they wouldn't have. Sanchez gold. 65,000 in gold bullion back then. Whew, that's a lot of money now. I don't know what gold was at that time, but I guarantee you it was less than 20 bucks an ounce. This one, I believe, is supposed to be buried, yeah, somewhere around the apple orchards. Here's a map of the area. There's the apple orchard. It's supposed to be buried somewhere in that orchard. And there's some of the trees that are still left. Well, up to 1970, this is a picture they were still there. Looks like lightning split that one in two. It's another map of the Sanchez area. Las Vegas. Here's the riddle of the Mississippi, mysterious gold hole. Not sure what this deal is. Let's see. Franklin County treasure gold, silver has been claimed to be worth $200 million. Yeah, okay. So that was stuff that was buried because, as far as I know, Mississippi does not have native gold. Any gold they have has come down from up north, or it's what they used to call, probably still do, drift gold, glacial drift gold. There's a Maryland silver mine. Oh, I didn't show the last of that. And this was apparently a little, like a flea market type thing with all collectible stuff, bottles, coins, whatever. I know at this time it was a big thing to collect the old insulators off the light pole, the electric poles out west. I've got 3 or 4 myself. They were made out of glass and they were different colors: blue, yellow. Uh, some are burgundy colored, some are clear. There's the Rio de Janeiro, 1901, San Francisco, sunk with 31 people and more than 2 million in treasure. Wow, it's a big boat, or rather, big ship. Excuse me. Here's some more magazines and books to check out. And here's somebody sent in something asking if it's valuable. There's one of them per magazine. And question and answers, similar thing. Treasure nuggets. Hidden gold at Agua Mansa, or Mancha, however you want to. That's in California also. There's all the classifieds and a couple little comics. Classifieds are always pretty interesting. I used to read every one of them. 2.5 pages of classifieds. Here's the bottle page about collecting bottles. And here we get to the Chichen Itza. This well is not far from the actual town, not town, but the pyramid, Kukulkan. Here's one of the divers bringing up a skull. And there's the platform they constructed, or a little barge, to float while they're doing diving and bringing stuff up. And they had a big crane on above that. I think they said it was a 25-ton crane. Here's one of the cool artifacts. A lot of stone artifacts, but a lot of gold too. Figures and whatnot. The well is 70 foot deep, 180 foot across. And they had been throwing stuff down in there for sacrifice for, oh, I don't know, at least 400 years, before the Spanish got there. I think in the article somewhere it said that they were there for 1,000 years, so they had been throwing stuff down in there for 1,000 years. There's a stone, I believe it's stone, little artifact, and some pottery. Show all that so you can read the article. There's a bunch of the pottery. It's amazing that it's pretty much intact, a lot of it. It's pretty cool. I guess if it hadn't been water, it would have shattered when they threw it down in there. And here's the last page. This one's showing them after they brought up because what they did is they took like a dredge, similar to a dredge, and sucked up, because it's full of mud down there. Lots of boulders and mud, and lots of tree limbs and stuff, tree trunks, over all the years. So you have to go through that before you can actually get to where the gold is, because gold is just like nuggets. Whenever it's in the creek, it sinks till it hits something solid to stop it, like bedrock. It's the same deal. Huh. And there you go. That's the end of that one. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I will do a couple more here before the month's over, or at least one more. And leave a comment, like, and if you hadn't subscribed, please do. And y'all take care.